This season we got new Strand aspects for all the classes. The one that instantly stands out the most has to be Strand Titan. Strand Titan was given the new aspect known as Banner of War. Banner of War grants you an aura almost the range of Well Radiance, where when activated by either a melee, finisher, or sword kill, you gain increased healing, melee, and sword damage. Kills extend the duration up to 30 seconds. You can increase the speed of these effects up to 4 times when the banner pulses faster. Now you've probably seen many videos about multiple titans baking bosses across all the game, and today we're going to create the ultimate Strand Titan build. This is also something I plan on bringing into the new Day 1 raid, Crota's End. Looking over the subclass, the aspects first, there's 2 options you can go for. Of course, one of them being Banner of War, the other one being either Into the Fray, Dringer's Slash, or Fletchers Storm. Into the Fray is a Strand aspect that gives your allies Woven Mail when you pop your super or destroy a Tangle. You also receive increased melee regeneration while you have Woven Mail. With Banner of War, you can have the effects of Into the Fray and Banner of War's melee benefits to stack even more melee damage and regeneration. This is definitely a fantastic combo, especially if you're looking to make bosses get baked. The other choice is Dringer's Slash. When activating your barricade, you send out a strand wave that suspends targets for a few seconds. When paired with the exotic boost Abayant Leap, you send out 3, and you also gain Woven Mail when popping Barricade. This combo allows you to benefit from the Woven Mail still and suspend targets constantly. This combo is great for more traditional gameplay while also pumping out high melee damage and super damage. Our third choice is Fletchers Storm. When sliding, you activate your melee and launch into the air and toss your strand slashes at targets. This damage is really strong already, but it allows for a fun in-air spam feel gameplay loop. Depending on what your personal gameplay preference is, feel free to use the second aspect based on the gameplay you are doing. For the fragments, we're going to take a few mods based on option 1, 2, or 3. For option 1 and 2, we're going to take Thread of Continuity for increased Suspend, Unravel, and Sever effects. Thread of Mind for additional class ability energy when defeating suspended targets. Thread of Fury for increased melee energy when damaging targets with a Tangle. Thread of Transmutation where weapon final blows create a Tangle. Also trade out the last one for Thread of Warding, where you gain Woven Mail from picking up an Overpower. Or Thread of Generation, where dealing damage generates grenade energy. One of the last 2 is traditionally what I use for option 3, so take that for what it is. For the armor, we're just going to go for 100 Resilience and 100 Discipline. This allows us to use our barricade to suspend as often as possible. For the grenades, you can use either shackle grenades or grapple grenades. The grenades can be used as often as possible, whether it's shackle to suspend everything constantly or grapple towards targets and unravel them and also deal massive melee damage. For the helmet, we focus on either hands-on for extra super gains on melee kills or just siphon and finder mods. For the arms, we focus on either Impact Induction for grenade ability energy gained when dealing melee damage, Momentum Transfer when you get melee energy dealing grenade damage, Heavy Handed for orbs and power when getting powered melee kills. For the chest, we run simply resistance mods to match the activity you are in. On the boost, we want extra benefits when you pick up an Overpower. So for that, we're going to take advantage of Recuperation for health on orb pickup, Absolution for reduced ability cooldowns when picking up an Overpower each time, and Orbs of Restoration where you gain a small amount of energy to your ability with the least energy. On the class side, we pick up mods to activate on class ability activation. Outreach and Bomber, which both grant a small chunk of melee and grenade energy every time you activate your barricade. We also add Reaper, so every time we pop our barricade, our next weapon kill generates an orb of power. This allows us to not have to pick Thread of Wisdom in our fragments, which grants an Overpower after defeating suspended targets. If you're in a situation where you already have a lot of orbs, you can always trade this out for a Surge. Our exotic choices are going to be pretty much one or two things. For traditional play, nothing really works better than Abeyant Leap exotic boots. This gives you woven mail when you pop your barricade. If you're running Dredging Slash, you suspend targets when you pop barricade as well. If you're focused on max melee damage or boss bakes, then nothing comes close to Centos. When surrounded, you gain an extra 50% to your damage, to your melees, and your super. For the weapons, there's a few things you want to go for. One thing is you want to have a 1-2 punch shotgun. Doing this will increase your base melee damage and also increase your super damage, and pretty much any melees you do in this situation with Banner of War will be increased with 1-2 punch shotguns. Personally, I prefer something like Wastelander, but also energy ones like Found Verdict or Deicide also work. Just whatever 1-2 punch shotguns you have, make sure you roll with that. Another thing to add on top of this is Black Talon. I know a lot of people are not talking about this. However, because Banner of War is activated off of melee or sword damage, you can use Black Talon's range melee to activate Banner of War from a distance if you don't want to get too close to a target, or extend the duration of the Banner of War. This build is insanely fun, and I've had a lot of fun baking bosses all season. No matter the path you take, you're going to greatly benefit from either playstyle for cooking bosses and just top fragging. Hopefully this helps you a lot. I will, as always, leave a dim link in the description for this build if you just want to set it and forget it and enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.